Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Skyrocker and Coach with another WWE action figure review. And today we're taking a look at the WWE Elite Series 87 Otis. Yes, finally found Elite Series 87 at retail once again. Finally, my local Walmart got a new case. And this was definitely one of the figures I was looking forward to the most because, I like Otis. He's probably one of my favorites out there. And I missed out on his first Elite because it was impossible for me to find, and the prices were ridiculous online. So glad to be able to have this one. And personally, in my opinion, there are some things about it I think are actually far superior on this one than the previous Elite. But I'll get into that later on. But before we do so, take a look at the packaging first, as we always do. Of course, True Effects up there. Picture of Otis, Elite Collection. Of course, certified authentic. Otis, of course. On the side, picture of Otis, Elite Collection. On the side, picture of Otis, which is not the outfit on the figures, so they kind of screw that up. And on the back, we have his bio and stats. You can pause right there if you want to read. And then down below, the other figures in the set, we get Santos Escobar, of course, Otis, Braun Strowman, Apollo Crews, Candice LeRae, and Asuka. Santos Escobar passed for me because I'm not really that big of a fan of him. Otis, I was reviewing today. Braun Strowman, shelf warmer. Like, my Walmart has, I think, 2 or 3 of them. I mean, it's a decent looking figure, but I don't know. Maybe I'll get him, but we'll see. Apollo Crews, definitely, because I do want to have an Elite Apollo Crews, and plus I kind of need the new United States title. Even though I do have a custom, it's nice to have the official one. Candice LeRae, I already picked her up. Great figure, by the way. Asuka, still on the hunt for her, and it's a great looking figure, so I cannot wait to get my hands on that Asuka figure at some point. Anyways, that does it for the packaging, so let's open up Otis and see what we got. We'll be right back. Okay, so here we have Otis. Otis, open up, and very solid figure. Very solid. I do have one major complaint with it, but I will get into that later on. But aside from the complaint, very solid figure. But let's take a look. All right, first up, his accessories. He comes with 3 pairs of interchangeable hands. He's got these standard, more relaxed hands, and then he has a pair of fists, and then of course the standard pair of gripping hands. And then he also comes with a pretty cool accessory, the Money in the Bank lunchbox, which I thought was pretty much hilarious when he carried this around. However, it is very inaccurate. Like, it's supposed to be like a much darker green color, and also the Money in the Bank logo is supposed to be like that yellowish gold color. You know, like this. You know, like the handle, not green. And also, I think the like the locks, like the little clips here, are supposed to be a different color too. And if you open it up, it does have meat on the inside, which can be removed. But once it's pushed in there all the way, it's kind of a pain in the butt to get out. Because I've gotten it out before. There we go. There you go. Just 2 little pegs and 2 little holes in there. Like I said, once you push it in there, it's not going to come out that easily. And you can close it if you choose to do so. And then just squeeze the lid and you can unclip it. Now, unfortunately, there's no like actual clip. Sorry, that's a text on my tablet. Anyways, if I zoom in here on the little tab here, as you see, I'm starting to get stress marks already. So I kind of wish this had like an actual hinge, you know, like the Money in the Bank briefcases do. So if I were you, I wouldn't open and close this too much because the stress marks will get worse and worse on here. And eventually it will break. So be very careful. Like, don't open and close it too much. Then, of course, he also comes with the Working Man Otis t-shirt, which is Velcro removable. However, be very careful with the shirt because, once again, this is the type of material that will leave stains all over the figures, so do not leave it on for too long. Especially this time of year where sometimes in the store, it gets very warm inside the store. Like, it was, like, really warm at my Walmart when I picked this up, and, of course, it's freezing outside. So, like I said, I like the shirt. It's pretty cool. Now on to Otis himself. And this figure is very solid, as I mentioned. Whoops. Alright, I need a new tripod. My tripod's like busted. Anyways, same head sculpt that we've seen before on the other Otis figures. Pretty much every Otis figure has this head sculpt. The Elite 76 has it, Basic Series 117 has it, Basic 123 has it, and of course now this one. I mean, it's a good head sculpt with that intense gaze that he does. However, it would be nice if we get like a new head sculpt. Because up here on the picture, as you see, it's a much fuller beard. So the beard should be like a little bit more fluffy and longer. So that kind of sucks. A nice touch was also the chest hair. You can barely see it, but like right here, you can kind of see a shade of chest hair. If I can get it to focus. Come on, focus for me. There we go. So you can kind of see it. Yeah, that was a nice touch, but a little unnecessary. Standard black wrist tape. It has the heavy machinery trunks. This is a working man Otis on the back. Unfortunately, paint defect. Black knee pads, Otis on the front, which I love these style of knee pads. Like, I wish every knee pad looked like this, where it's molded. It's not a separate piece. It's molded into the leg, so it does not hinder the posability in his leg at all. Has his Otis boots. Otis on the side there. I like these boots, and they're very short boots. That's cool. Now, the major complaint I have with this figure is the torso. As you see, it has like a big gap. It just looks weird. Now, if I bring in somebody who has basically the same style, Yokozuna, as you see, it blends in a lot better. See, there's not like a gap here. So it kind of like blends in. They also did the same thing with Rikishi. So I would say if they would have pushed this torso down a little bit further, like maybe make the hole deeper when they attach it, so it blends in better, it would look a lot better. I mean, with the shirt, you don't notice it. But obviously that's going to leave stains on the figure, and he does not wrestle with a shirt on that much. So, you know, it looks awkward like this. But whatever. For comparison, here it is. Here he is with the Basic Series 117 Otis, which I think this one's more in scale in terms of like how tall he is, because this figure's kind of oversized. If I zoom out a little bit. Yeah, I think he's a little bit, the Basic is a little bit too tall. But as I mentioned, same head sculpt. The attire is very similar. See, very similar. And by the way, if you have not seen my review of that Basic Otis, check that out on my channel. I did a review of him as well as Tucker for Heavy Machinery. Articulation is pretty solid for this one. There's a couple problems, but you'll see that. Anyways, head can kind of rotate left and right. Can move up and down, which I'm surprised that it can, because Otis obviously has like no neck. Arms rotate 360, in and out. Rotate the bicep. Double jointed elbows, which I love that. Rotate the wrist and hinge. Has the upper torso joint, which can rotate side to side, up and down, side to side of course, and swivel waist. Legs forward about that far, and back to the original position, in and out. Rotate the thigh, double jointed knee, swivel at the boot, hinge at the ankle. It's a little tight, but you can still move it. It's not like super stiff where you can't move it. And then slight ankle pivot. So pretty solid figure. Like I said, my only problem with it is, of course, the torso. I think it needs to blend in a little bit better. And also the attire. The attire on the picture does not match the attire that the figure's wearing. As you see, it's blue collar solid Otis on the trunks, but obviously it's just Basic Heavy Machinery. And also the shirt's different too. Which this is actually the shirt from the Basic 123. So that's weird, because usually the picture is always the attire the figure's wearing. So, oh well. Because aside from the torso problem, I think it's a pretty solid figure. So quick final thoughts. Overall, I think this is a very solid figure. Like, I honestly really enjoy it. I do like it a lot better than his previous Elite. I mean, the previous Elite is pretty awesome. However, it did have a couple of issues. Like I said, the articulation on that figure was very limited on that one. This one, you can move it just fine. So I'd say that one's better. And plus, I just think the outfit's better on this one. So I'd say this is actually an improvement. So if you can find it, you know, in the store or get him on Amazon or Ringside Collectibles, I would say definitely pick this bad boy up. I think it's a very solid figure. Probably one of the most underrated Elite figures of the year. So my only complaint with it is, of course, the torso and of course the lunchbox is a little bit inaccurate. But I'd say aside from that, if you're an Otis fan, definitely pick this bad boy up if you can. And also, just a little warning, some people, because of the big arms, they've had problems with the arms being very stiff. And that's because of this time of year, with it being very cold outside, sometimes inside the store it'll be very cold. So therefore it causes the joints to be very stiff. Not just the arms, but the head, like the legs, everything. You know, the thigh, knees, ankle joints, everything. So I would say this time of year, if it is really cold inside the store where you buy the figure, or if you get it in the mail, if the package is cold, let the figure sit for a while, let it warm up, and then try to move the arms a little bit. But still be careful, because that way, you know, the arms, like the joints become very smooth. But if it's really cold, they'll become very stiff, and you could risk breaking it. So be very careful with that. Like my friend had that problem, and I've had it over the years too. Because like his Otis figure, the arms were so loose, he could, well, I mean, not loose, so stiff, he could not move them to where it felt like he was going to break it. But mine's fine. But after a couple of days of letting it sit, he was fine. So definitely be worried about that if you buy a figure this time of year, like the fall and winter. So definitely be worried about that. Anyways, back to the figure. Like I said, overall, great figure. Like I said, just the color of the briefcase is off, and the torso needs to blend in a little bit better. But aside from that, I would say definitely pick him up if you can. Anyways, that pretty much does it. So thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to click on that notification bell and also smash that subscribe button so you don't miss a single upload. I upload new reviews just about every single week. And stay tuned for more reviews of WWE figures, AEW figures, possible store hunts, and also WWE Funko Pops, and more. So that does it. So thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Take care, guys. Bye.